Oh my god. Oh, my head.
Answer me that.
No.
Just answer me that!
This can't be happening. God.
Your own blood. What the hell were you thinking? What in the hell crossed your mind? What the fuck is happening to you? You've ruined the family. What are you gonna do now? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do now?
What's up, player? Yeah. Yeah, living that talking here. Coming to you live with Daigo at VRified Games. How we doing, Daigo?
Hey Ed, how's it going?
Just going how you might expect it to go, you know. Bit of this, bit of that. Yeah, anyway, what are we doing today?
Well Ed, quite possibly the scariest flat game to be released in the last few years has just gotten a VR port, ready for release. I am of course talking about Madison VR.
Madison VR.
Yeah, now guys, you may remember way back when we began the channel, I think it was maybe the 5th or 6th video we ever produced for this channel, we attempted to get Madison into VR with Vorpex. Now for us that wasn't a new thing. We'd actually been following the development of Madison on itch.io for many years prior to that, and I had been crying out to the developers, please give us a VR mode. There is nothing quite like horror in VR, and this game is the pinnacle of horror when it comes to gaming. It just made sense. So we tried to get it into VR with Vorpex to mixed success. Like, it certainly worked, but it wasn't what we would call 100% amazing. So fast forward a few years, and myself and a couple of other VR enthusiasts out there on YouTube were campaigning. We really wanted to get Madison into VR, and it would appear that unlike the deaf ears these pleas normally fall on from other development houses, it kind of worked. The devs of Madison caved and kind of went, yeah, we can see the merit in VR, let's get it into VR. And they have done so. Now, big, massive thank you to Bloodhouse for providing us with an early access key just so we can get a look at this game. The build you're looking at is not representative of the final release. They've made that very clear. This was a build they made earlier in development just to kind of test out the mechanics. So this will not represent the finalized Madison VR, which will be available on March 29th. However, it will give you a good look at what to expect. Now, having played the game originally in flat screen and in VR with Vorpex, I know exactly what to expect here. This is by and large the same demo that was released on itch.io, but now in VR. Fully interactable environments.
You are not my son! You are not my son! The priest was right. What an idiot I was.
Come on. Maybe I can get out through Grandpa's house. I gotta get out of here. I won't be able to go back.
I have inverse kinematics, I have arms, 6 degrees of freedom head tracking, 6 degrees of freedom motion tracking, all of that. One neat addition is the item wheel, which if you've ever played flat screen games with an item wheel, yeah, you know, it's a static wheel, it's on the center of the screen. What the developers have done here is kind of unique. I've never seen this really attempted in any other VR game. But this item wheel is actually rotated around you in 360 degrees. So you can reach out in front of you and grab an object from your inventory, to your left, to your right. It's really cool. I love that.
I need to find a way out before Dad notices I'm here.
Obviously, the main mechanic of Madison is the Polaroid camera, which is used to light dark areas, solve puzzles, all that kind of thing, to amazing effect in the flat screen game. It made it so immersive, made it terrifying when you have to shake that Polaroid photo to kind of see the result.
Wasn't there a door here?
And you know, there was actual tension there. Well, now that's amped up in VR because you actually have to shake that Polaroid photo in order to see it. Really, really cool. Now, we did notice a few bugs, most notably at the beginning here when you have to pick up the hammer and place it in your backpack. Now, I don't think that's much of a spoiler as it's part of the tutorial at the beginning to learn the mechanics. You pick up the hammer, the idea is you place it behind your shoulder and it goes into your backpack like a standard VR game. However, the bug we encountered is, it seems to be proximity based. Like, if you're still close to where you picked up that hammer, it'll just respawn there. It won't spawn in your backpack. So, that may not be present in the final build, but it's something we noticed. Again, not a huge thing. It's a small little bug. Sure it'll be ironed out if it isn't already. So yeah, what is Madison all about?
Grandpa was just like Dad.
Well, if you're a horror fan and if you're a gamer and you've been living under a rock, you don't know what this is. Madison is an absolute tour de force when it comes to horror within gaming. It's relentless, it doesn't let up. From the very beginning, you're thrust into the center of the story. You don't know what the hell is going on. You know something bad has obviously happened. And it doesn't let up. The tension ramps up.
In local news, the remaining belongings in the Hale family estate were finally auctioned, bringing in nearly $3 million. Among the auction items were paintings by Santa, as well as some gold and diamond jewelry. So noteworthy was Miss Hale's precious instant camera, which has finally found a new owner. It's been 30 years since the notorious multiple murders, and in spite of numerous auctions of family assets, no one had previously purchased the camera. For viewers unfamiliar with the story, Madison Hale killed her own family during a witchcraft ceremony. She was then fatally shot in the stomach by a police officer who had caught her in the act. And now for the weather.
It gets scarier, it gets more terrifying. Oh boy. Now, take that experience from the flat screen and put that in 360 degrees, wrapped around you, you're in the world. Oh my god. Whew. This is gonna break heart rate monitors, I swear to god.
My birthday present? How did it get here?
So yeah, the story is, you're this kid called Luca, okay? And you've woken up in this room, your dad is screaming that you've done something to your family, something terrible, you don't know what it is, but you do know it's terrible because of how your father is acting. There's some Polaroid photos that you find that you don't remember taking, but yeah, it's pretty bad. And it goes from there. Soon you find out that you're in this haunted house, used to be occupied by a satanic cult fanatic, I suppose you could say, who was into witchcraft. And yeah. You can already kind of imagine the vibes here. It's like 70s grindhouse meets 80s supernatural, 90s visceral, just really good horror storytelling.
What?
But told through the medium of video games, and it works really well. Like, as you can imagine, being in the center of this story, trying to figure out what's going on, navigate your way through this weird house, trying to get out, trying to solve the mystery, kind of save yourself, save your family, do what you can. Yeah, it's white knuckle, it doesn't let up, and you're in for one hell of a time. If you're a horror fan, if you like Resident Evil, especially Resident Evil 7, it seems to have a lot of inspiration from that. You're gonna love what's on display here. So, once again, thank you Bloodhouse and the devs behind Madison for providing us with a game key. That was really, really cool of you guys. It's really fantastic. I cannot wait for the 29th for the finished product. You can be damn sure it's wishlisted. It's going to be day one purchase, minute one purchase. Oh man, Madison, so freaking cool. So I guess we're going to leave it there, you guys. Like, comment and subscribe. If you've any thoughts, queries, any critiques, put them down below. If indeed there are any games you'd like us to look at VRifying in the future, put those down below and we will presumably get back to you eventually. If can also follow us on TikTok for our adventures over there, which are basically condensed versions of what we do over here. And yeah, follow us on all social medias. All links will be in the descriptions, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you there also. Alright, VRified Games out.